great way to go again. Great car. You said you liked your old car because it looked good, it was low maintenance, got good fuel economy, and it was fun and sporty too. First of all, one thing I love about this car, look at the lines of the car. It's got a nice wide stance to it, narrows up, beautiful styling. There's nothing else out there like it, so it really stands out. And one thing I love about the new car, there's so much more technology than what we had before. First of all, you got the intelligent key. Just keep your key in your pocket. Don't need the key to start the car, open the doors or anything. You just got to have it on you. Just press the button there, unlocks the door, locks the door. You said, you always got the kids going to doing stuff on the weekend, stuff like that. If you got your hands full of bags, stuff like that, then you got to dig in your pocket, try and find the key. Makes it so much convenient. All you got to do is find the body part to be able to hit that button with. Then to start the car, as long as the key's in the car, all you got to do is just press the button here. Starts it up. Makes it really nice. Let me show you the engine here too. This engine, your old car had a lot of miles on it. You said you didn't do much maintenance, just minor things.
Right.
This one is even less maintenance than your one before. Your old car had a timing belt. This has got a timing chain, which doesn't need servicing. Really, the only thing you got to worry about with this engine is changing your oil. And then you do that every 3,000–4,000 miles, and that's it. You don't have to worry about doing your timing belts or anything like that. The only thing you got to do is when you get to 100,000 miles, you change your spark plugs, and that's it. So there's less time at the service department. You do a lot of miles, that's all you have to really worry about is doing the oil changes. And of course, Nissan, we're open 7 days a week for oil changes and filter changes and minor stuff like that.
Good.
Now you said that you teach physics, right, at UNCC?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, vibrations are what cause things to go wrong. So if you look right here, I've got the AC running and everything. There's hardly any vibrations. Put your hand on the car there. Hardly any vibrations at all. So less vibrations, less likely you're going to have any problems or anything like that. Now you were telling me that you have to replace the car because of the accident. Mm-hmm. Now you know also well that force equals mass times acceleration, right? So when you're trying to build a car that has safety features, you want to diminish that force, right? And if it's mass times acceleration, you can't change your mass. You can't change as much as we want to. We can't really change how much we weigh or anything like that. Right. So the only thing, the variable you can change is your acceleration. A lot of people, it always irks me, and I'm sure it might have irked you too, that when they say they got energy absorption zones and yada yada yada, it's not an energy absorption zone. All it's doing is diminishing your rate of the deceleration, which then diminishes your force. So, the front end is designed to squish together, which then absorbs the energy, as they say, really just diminishes your rate of deceleration, which then limits your force, so it's less impact on you. Another thing too that they have, if you go around here, first of all, if you open the door, look how wide the door is. Again, gives you plenty of room. Now you had a hip broadside. This car, you can see, it's got a lot more, material in there to actually diminish the acceleration again. So it gives you more room, so you can deaccelerate slower, which then changes your force, which then means less impact on you. Right. Another cool thing too, though, it has is the seat belts. They're not just normal seat belts. They actually have what's called load limiters and pretensioners. So if you're in an accident, what it does is it senses that and it actually will tighten up the seatbelt a little bit so you don't go far forward. And then what it also does too is, again, to limit your deacceleration, it actually has load limiters. So once you reach a certain point, it actually starts letting out a little bit of slack. So then, helps you accelerate slower so you don't get that huge jerk. The other cool thing too, same with airbags. It's the same thing that airbags do too. What they do is they diminish your rate of acceleration. So when you hit that airbag, it slows down that acceleration, which then diminishes your force. So all these design features are designed to limit the amount of force in the axle, so you don't have the same thing that happened before. Another cool thing too, these cars all come standard with the stability control. I'm not sure if you know what that is, and anything like that, but what it does is it monitors your yaw. So if you start to slide, anything like that, it'll actually apply individual brake pressure to your wheels, keeps you in line, keeps you from sliding out of control, anything like that, which they say actually is better than like airbags and stuff like that, because it actually is able to prevent an accident from happening. So it's an actual active device. It prevents an accident from happening rather than being something that's just after the fact. Got plenty of room in the back here too. Again, you can see how wide the doors are. Again, help with the protection of the kids and everything too. Got plenty of room in the back here. You can see how this is kind of scalloped here too, so you don't you get a little bit of extra leg room. I love the stitching on these cars too, don't you? I mean, really nice. I mean, that's kind of what drew you to the Maxima in the first place, wasn't it? Was the style and the look of the car. So, the trunk here. You got a lot of room in this trunk. There's actually a little button right here too, so again, as long as you have the key, just press that. Look how large the trunk is, and I love this design here too. You don't have the little goosenecks going inside, so you put, I'm sure you had this happen before. You put all your stuff in the car, and then you go to shut the trunk, and you can't shut it because of the other, the gooseneck going in there. Well, with this design, you can shove it as much as you want. And if you got carpool some kids, you got to put some extra kids. You can always throw them in here too. You got plenty of room. No, don't do that, please. But you do have plenty of room inside here. Close it easily. I love the rear end of these cars too. Nice, again, nice wide stands, nice size exhaust. You said you do a long commute too, right?
Yeah, 30 miles.
So this actually has a very efficient engine, even though it's a V6. It gets almost 30 miles per gallon, and it's got actually a really unique transmission in it too, much different than the one before. It actually has no gears in your transmission at all. So as you accelerate, it doesn't shift, anything like that. And a lot of people are like, how does that work? Well, it's kind of cool. The best way I can explain it, let's say you have a 10-speed bike, and you got the gears in the front, gears in the back. Well, instead of having those gears or steps, what you have is you got a cone on the front and a cone on the back, and then you got your chain that rides in between those two cones. And that chain actually rides higher and lower on those two cones and gives you your different gear ratios. So it gives you an infinite number of possibilities, and it's perfectly seamless. So there's no feel of acceleration or shifting or anything like that when you accelerate, which is really cool. And one of the good things about it, not only is it cool and smooth, but it gives you better fuel economy too, because it can optimize your engine. If you need power, it keeps your RPMs up high. Don't move, so they stay pegged in the high RPM range where you get your most power to accelerate. And then it also, when you're on the road driving to work, it keeps your RPMs just above idle, so you get the best fuel economy possible too. And this car actually has a 20-gallon fuel tank too, more than any other car in the class. There's less trips to having to get gas also, that big gas tank. Come on over here on the side here. Have a seat for me. Let me show you some of the cool stuff on the inside. First of all, too, open that glove box. That glove box huge. You can get like a small child in there too. Put all the stuff in there. Lock your wife can lock her purse or laptop, whatever. Lock it in there. Stay safe. Let me get on the other side there. Now on the side here, since you do a lot of driving, you're in a car a lot. This car has the Bluetooth equipped. You have an iPhone, right? So once you sync your phone, it actually can sync all your contacts too. So you say, call Susie, and it calls your wife for you. It's really simple, whatever you have programmed in your phone. Another cool feature too, inside here, you have a USB plug-in. So you just take your phone, and all your music you have on your phone, you just plug it into the USB port, and you can just leave your phone right in here, because you can answer the calls and everything through the car. And then also all your playlists and everything display right through the screen here. So you can go through all those, and it's much safer because you can just keep your hands on the steering wheel, go through your playlist here and everything. And it also charges it, keeps it, like I said, from running your battery down and everything like that. What do you think of the styling on the interior?
It's nice, I like it a lot, yeah.
And it's good materials too. Like a lot of cars now have a lot of hard plastics and stuff in them. You can see it's still nice soft materials here, and it looks good, and it's very durable too. It's going to last you, 15, 20 years if you wish, Now, before we go on the ride, is there any questions you have about the vehicle or anything like that? Is it about what you'd expect?
Yeah,
more
absolutely.
so than what you
expected? It's got a lot of great stuff. I really like it.
Yeah. I want to show you something else that's kind of cool too, that you didn't have on your old car too. When you put the car in reverse, you got the backup camera here. So if you got your daughter's bike or something like that in the back, you forgot to put it in the way, you can see it. It'll be immediately right there. This is your bumper right here, and then you got your hash marks to tell you how close you're getting to objects. And another thing that's kind of cool too, if you turn your steering wheel, see that little line there?
Oh yeah.
It tells you where your rear end's going to end up, so you don't. It makes it a lot easier to park. It's a little getting used to at first, but then once you get used to it, it's pretty cool. Another cool thing too, with this transmission not having any gears, some people are kind of weirded out by it because it doesn't accelerate. Like, come on, shift. But what Nissan did is they programmed in the software 6 virtual gears. So if you still wanted to have that sporty, feeling, you can actually hit these paddles here, and it actually acts like a normal transmission too. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the feeling and the sportiness of a normal transmission, but then you get the fuel economy and the efficiency and the low maintenance of the continuously variable transmission.
Excellent.